Happy New Year and welcome to the Nightmare Hour. I am your host, the Nightmare Man. Alongside with me is the ghoulish but lovable Princess Diva of the Dead. Say hello.
Hello.
Yeah, it's a good thing you can't teach an old zombie new tricks.
What?
Is that any way to start off the new year?
No, it isn't.
By picking on you. It sure is in my book.
It's going to be a long trip to July if you don't watch your step.
Oh, here we go. Thoughts will get you nowhere. Yes, Happy New Year, kids, and 2012 is officially upon us. Yay.
Yay. It's looking better.
Yeah, it's going to look very, very much better as the few months progress because of the fact that... And yeah, we've been talking about it over and over again in 2011, and we'll be talking about it in 2012. And what I'm talking about...
Yeah, what are you talking about?
as I grasp for air, is the Days of the Dead Monsters Among Us premiere. Here in a few minutes here, we'll give you some updates on some new costumes that I'm going to be bringing to Atlanta. We've been keeping track of everybody, what's going on, and they're getting planned, they're getting set. New people has been added to the Rogues Gallery of horror stars. I noticed that Heather Langenkamp's not on the webpage.
I haven't gone through and checked all of the updates and stuff lately.
I haven't talked to anybody. She may have canceled for Atlanta.
It's possible.
But Mark Patton has been added.
I know.
Our dear friend Mark Patton.
I knew about that the second it happened.
Well, yeah, you right on the money, ain't you? You get the Boltons before everybody else does.
Well, he is my friend.
Well, of course. Well, you talk to him just like every day.
Pretty much.
Talk to him more than you talk to me. I feel so isolated. Oh, well.
Well, I talk to you and you freaking ignore me like I ain't even speaking.
Huh? Oh. I'm sorry, was you saying something? But yeah, let's just go right into the updates for the costumes and get that out of the way too, and then later on we'll talk about New Year's resolutions and things that happened in 2011 that really blew our mind.
Well, first we should share what we did for New Year's since it's a New Year's show.
Well, I will get to that. You don't pay attention to nothing. See, in 2011 you're brain dead, just like 2012 you're brain dead. You're a zombie. You just go into something without thinking. I'm going to say this again.
What's to think about?
I'm going to say this again. We're going to get into the New Year's resolution and everything and all that stuff that happened in 2011. But right now, I'm going to get to the update for this costume. Will you please pay attention?
Oh, sure. You first. Oh, I'm sorry. We have to take care of Nightmare Man's show first.
Yeah, that's right.
You gotta talk all about you.
That's right.
You're such an attention whore.
And you will... Please.
You are.
Well, anyways, are you done ranting?
I'm not ranting, and your costumes are pretty awesome, by the way.
Sounds pretty ranting. Yes, 2 costumes are now in the works of being completed. 2 out of 5. The first one is a cyborg assassin, which we're going to do a costume trial run this weekend and see what it looks like. And you will see pictures on Facebook.
Does he have a name?
He goes by a code name of BA/222. That's like a cyborg's code name or something like that. You know, like a barcode or something like that they have. I don't know. I just came up with it.
Yeah, you got me speechless on that one.
Well, he doesn't have a specific name. I mean, he didn't like Charlie or Ralph or anything like that. He just... the story goes is that in the near...
How did you choose the name? I know the 222. That's
well,
yours.
in the so distant near future, scientists create cyborgs to help mankind. Well, the government took over the use of these cyborgs for assassination purposes, and one of these
What's the BA stand
one of the
for?
cyborgs goes rogue. And he starts thinking for himself. The BA stands for me, Bill Adams. It's me. It's only fitting. Did you get that? Or did that go over your
Well,
head?
I didn't know with some of the thinking that you come across. BA can stand for a lot of different things.
Yeah. bushel of apples, perhaps. But anyways, yeah,
Bushel of apples?
Bushel of apples.
Rotten ones, that's for sure.
But yeah. Anyways, the costume will be tried on this weekend, and the face appliance will be on, and we'll get you a first-hand look at what he looks like. BA/222 is the cyborg's code. It's a cyborg assassin, one of the many monsters I'm bringing to Monsters.
Well, of course you'll have Fred and your nightmare.
Fred Krueger and the demon have been ready for quite some time. The final touches was put on my Hannibal Lecter face mask. There were parts that needed to be cushioned where the bolts were inside of the neck that attaches the belts.
Oh, you poor little thing. The bolts were running into your neck. Now you know how Frankenstein feels.
Well, you should go someplace and get the bolts tightened in your neck while we're at it.
Oh, you're a funny little brat today, aren't you?
But we're going to change, yes I am, but we're going to change the pants around for Lecter, and we're going to get a pair of orange pants similar to his jumpsuit. I recently seen a picture of him on...
well, you've seen the movie 10,000 times.
Yeah, I know that, but I recently seen a picture of him online, and I realized that his pants is wearing his orange, so I'm just going to do a little change-up.
I tried to tell you that. Oh,
So
I'm
no
yawning.
problem.
You must be boring me.
Well, you can always go rest your neck someplace. The fifth and final character, which I'm really excited about, is Dexter Morgan, the character from the Showtime original series Dexter. The costume itself is combined of his signature brown shirt, long sleeve shirt with the buttons in the front, an apron.
It's more of a green color, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, if anybody knows what Dexter, they follow the show, they'll understand. When they get to Monsters Among Us and sees me, they will know who I am. They won't say, well, there's Mickey Mouse. They'll know who Dexter is. So the shirt...
Mickey Mouse?
Yeah, not to be confused with your favorite, Donald Duck. Or no, I'm sorry, Goofy. Score another one.
I'm going to slap you, Goofy, here in a minute.
But anyways, the signature shirt has been ordered. It composed of a apron as well. You got to wear an apron. You don't want to get your clothes all bloody.
And the face shield so you don't get blood on your face.
That's right. In the beginning of the series, when I was watching him, he wore a... at the close to the end, he never did wear that face shield, did he? Seldom you ever seen him wear it. Close to like season 6 of Dexter. You remember him wearing that? In the earlier seasons, I seen him.
He didn't do a lot of kills in this last season.
Oh well, maybe they're just
because he was hunting someone,
switching off costumes and stuff. But anyways,
they were hunting a doomsday killer.
Right. Well, he'd been killing people in between time.
Right.
So maybe he just decided he knows how to kill without having all that stuff splatter all over him. He's a neat killer.
He's improved.
But the apron, I will have surgical gloves, his khaki pants, the whole shebang, and even a signature trophy case with blood slides in it.
Yeah, I know.
This is how I'm going to do this. Everybody that comes up and has their picture taken with me will get the opportunity to lay on the kill table that I will have prepared. And people can come up and take their pictures standing beside me as I'm getting ready to kill a victim. And also, before that, though, what I will have is a scalpel that I will slice everyone's cheek on the side and take their blood and put it on the blood slide like Dexter does. Now you're thinking, now wait a minute, what are you planning on doing? Nah, just folks, it's all pretend, it's all fake. I will not actually cut somebody unless I feel a notion I need to, then I will.
Then you'll go full Dexter on him, huh?
I'll go full Dexter on him. But the little blood, everybody who watches Dexter, they know the routine that he does, and the blood that I will get, quote, extract from you will be on a blood slide, and you'll get to keep that as a souvenir.
Uh-huh.
Ain't that something, huh? Come up with something neat.
This gives me an idea.
Why are you playing with my snow globe?
Because it's a Halloween snow globe, and it has blood splatters in it.
Yeah.
And I think I can make one with Diva and put little droplets of blood.
And if you guys don't know what she's doing, she picked up my Halloween, Michael Myers and Jamie Lee Curtis inside the snow globe. I'm sure everybody has seen them.
The couch.
Yeah, she's shaking the snow globe. But pretty inside there, isn't it? Sparkly. Ooh.
It's not sparkly, it's
well,
red.
it's sparkled at one
ew.
time. The glass kind of like faded over the years. I've had that thing since God knows when. It came with a video set.
Yeah, your favorite slasher, and who do you choose to dress up like? Fred.
Freddy Krueger. Well, we'll leave the boogeyman to Andrew Alexander, which will be.
You're tall enough to do a Michael Myers.
Yeah, I'm sure, but Andrew is a lot much taller than I am, and he fits the costume a lot better. So we'll let him take care of the boogeyman.
Yeah, he fits the costume a little better.
You pat my stomach again, and I'm gonna give you 5 across the
Hey,
lip.
you're the one that needs to lose the weight.
I know. That's one of the New Year's resolutions that I'm sure a lot of people have, but taking a pork sandwich and a Pepsi to bed at night just doesn't help with me losing the little pot belly
And
that I
sitting
have.
on the couch at 1 o'clock in the morning begging me to make a trip to Taco Bell ain't gonna help you either.
I was hungry.
And I told you no. And did you get Taco Bell that night? No, you didn't.
No.
Because I refused to go get it. Why? Because you said you wanted to lose weight. You're not going to lose weight by eating Taco Bell at 1 o'clock in the morning. Not to mention, I can't sleep when you eat Taco Bell before you go to bed because you stink up the room.
I do not. That's somebody else.
It smells like somebody actually died in there.
I've said it before.
And it's trying to crawl out of your bum.
I've seen. God, that's a picture I didn't want to have.
My nose
I've said it before and I said it again. I don't have the willpower. I
don't either. I love food.
I don't have the willpower. I will set up the 1 and 2 o'clock in the morning eating 3,000 tacos and washing them down with sugary coated.
I can't say no to the Chinese joint. I can't say no to McDonald's.
Well, isn't the Chinese places don't they have healthy food there? I mean, it ain't like they.
I don't know, but I don't eat the healthy stuff.
No, you do. You get salad.
A little bit. I get some
salad
and I get some rice, but other than that.
And then the other day we go get us McDonald's, which is not helping us.
Yeah, what'd we eat today? Greasy chicken.
Well, I had to stop.
Yeah, and then you came home and you had stomach problems because your belly said, "What the hell did you just eat?"
Just to let everybody know, this all ties into it. I went to the doctor today for my final checkup. My arm is back in action, so it's all good and great. A few people have been commenting on Facebook how my arm's been. So I just want to let them know that my arm is fine. It's ready to go, and I'm up to par.
Start using your right hand instead of your left.
Oh, you're a funny one. But anyways, what we were talking about with the chicken, when we got done at the doctor's office, we stopped by Lee's Famous Recipe, and it's been like forever since I had their coleslaw. Lee's Famous Recipe coleslaw is like the best coleslaw in the whole entire universe.
Universe.
I love it. It's better.
That chicken today, it was dry. It wasn't as tasty as the other chicken that we get from KFC.
I grew up.
You didn't grow up. You grew older.
My body grew up in a sense, but we grew up eating Lee's Famous Recipe. We didn't have a KFC where we lived. And Dad would always go like on a Saturday afternoon, he'd take a trip around the lake and we'd pick up Lee's Famous Recipe chicken. And their coleslaw, I love it. I love it better than KFC's, but I love KFC's gravy on the potatoes better than Lee's. So I guess
the gravy tastes good on flesh. Oh wait. I did it again.
I wouldn't know. I'm a Big Mac eater myself, but anyways, what was we talking about? Losing weight. Yeah, the New Year's resolutions. Yeah, you said
you lost track in chicken.
You said, see, and then what's going to happen later on for supper? We're going to eat something that ain't going to agree with us. We should just go get a salad and just have done with it. Something healthy.
We're having spaghetti with mushrooms and hamburgers.
No, that'll work too. But New Year's resolutions. My
resolution is to lose 30 pounds.
Yeah, you want to lose.
Because this muffin top I got, I want to turn it into a cupcake. Because it floweth over.
You want to actually look like a zombie, a malnutrition, skin hanging off the bones type looking thing, like you've been in Ethiopia.
I don't want to look breakable.
You're like some Ethiopian girl walking around.
I was skinny all the way through high school. I was 97 pounds all the way through high school. Well, you know, because you met me at the end of my high school years. But I tell you what, I'm happier now that I have some meat on my bones. But I want a little less meat.
Well, you know, it's
trim it down some.
You know, I can stand to you know, I there's another reason why I can't get up in the morning and do 20 sit-ups in the morning and 20 sit-ups before I go to bed.
I ain't ever seen you do one sit-up.
To tighten my stomach muscles to get that slim. I guess that would work, wouldn't it?
Well, you could kill two birds with one stone by getting healthy and pleasing me all at the same time. You just take me out to the frickin' park and let's go for a walk every day.
And throw the frisbee for you.
I'm not a dog. Oh, you are going to hell for that one.
Well, I tell you what.
And you'll be there tonight.
Well, when we come back from a doctor's visit and eating Lee's Famous Recipe chicken, we went in and took a nap like a couple old people. When we should have went out there and took a walk today, it's 50 degrees outside.
The drive made me tired.
It's 50 degrees out today.
It was a very relaxing drive.
Does this look like
the only part of the
winter?
drive I didn't enjoy was when we got to Findlay. It was almost at the doctor's office.
Oh, that was a very
in the middle of the road. It made me cry. There was a dog that had just got hit by a van, and I think his legs were still stuck under the front passenger side of the wheels. But the driver had gotten out of the van and was walking around the side of the van to check on the dog. But it looked so gross. It was twitching to try to get up, and there's blood all over the place. And it was gross.
That isn't something you want.
It was something really sad.
It isn't something you want to look at, but
no.
Well, you know.
At least it was gone when we got back. I hope they took the dog to get it some help. Maybe it was salvageable.
Well, one can only hope.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But, New Year's resolutions, to lose weight. One of the things that I want to focus on, I guess it's not so much of a New Year's resolution. It's so much as what we've really had been planned all the long time, to upgrade what we've been doing as far as the entertainment part of our lives go, and we are going to be upgrading it come Atlanta, of course.
I got an eyeball yesterday.
What?
I got an eyeball in the mail yesterday, and I'm waiting.
The things you get in the mail.
I'm waiting on some guts.
You know, I bet if the mailman could only see what's inside these packages,
I know, right?
Flip.
I have a problem that I need to solve.
Oh, here we go.
It's a big problem for me.
Well, lay down on this couch here, Fräulein, and tell me, how was your childhood? Did you get enough? Whoa,
that sounded a little perverted.
Never mind. Talking to Dr. Adams. What seems to be your trouble, girl?
I don't like this voice.
you don't like where this is going, is it?
No, I don't like it at all.
All right. What's your problem, dear?
Procrastination. I start a project and I work on it that day, and as soon as I put it down to rest or go to bed or whatever, it sits there. I started my dolly yesterday. She's looking great.
Well, that's the thing. With what we're doing as far as entertainment goes, and
I know all this stuff, but you can't tell the inside me to get along with the outside me, because the inside me says, "Oh, I'll do it later. I'll do it later."
When people are requesting T-shirts or requesting autographed pictures, we have to make sure that we need to get them to them people. They don't want to wait forever for their picture.
Yes, I know these things. So, I got a lot of printing to do in the next 2 months.
You got a lot of things to get caught up on, and just like with me, I've been every night. I'm basically up to like 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning working on these costumes and getting them ready, because right after that, I have to start doing some more. So I got to design a banner. I got to design this.
Hey, did you see the video that I put on your wall this morning?
No, I did not.
I put a video on your wall this morning. I took a video of Damien.
Oh, I know. I thought you were talking about something else. I seen that.
I put a video on your wall. The cat takes treats out of the jug for me.
Yeah, he's been a pain in my butt.
He
here
has.
lately.
You actually growled at him and put him outside yesterday. I was like, whoa.
Damien has been climbing on things where he does not need to be at.
He's
and
being a normal cat.
Yes. No, a normal pain in the ass cat. In our kitchen, we have this bar. And that has been the base of operations for my cyborg costume. I've been laying the face appliances and all the little goodies on the bar there, and I've been having whatnots and everything, and I've been working in that
And now
area.
they have cat dander all over them.
He goes up and sits on the bar at times and knocks things over. When I booted his ass out the other night is the reason why he was sitting on my
Your
arm,
cyborg?
the cyborg arm piece that I had painted, and that was the last straw. His ass is gone. And if I catch him on, and today I caught him sitting. There's 4 chairs in there.
There is.
He had to sit on the chair that had my sunglasses sitting on there.
There's actually 8 chairs in the kitchen. There's
well, I'm talking
4 to
about
the bar.
Well, I'm specifically talking about the bar chairs, is where he go. You know, normally you see him sitting on one of the chairs, but all the chairs that he was sitting on, he had to sit on the one that had my shit on there. He couldn't sit on the other ones that didn't have anything else.
Well, that's what you get for putting shit on a chair.
He has to sit on, yeah. He has to sit on the glasses. He can't sit on the one section over there, which is nothing on there. He has to sit on mine.
He's a cat. That's what they do.
I don't.
Nerves.
Yeah, and he does.
They
He's doing
sit
it
where they want to sit when they want to sit
and
there.
he's doing a good job of it too. And every time that I catch him sitting on my stuff, he's going to be sitting outside.
But when he first came here, and you were laughing at me because every time I turned around, he was sitting on something of mine. Last week we went to the Goodwill store, and I had bought light-colored clothing. And I turn around, and there he is sitting on the couch on top of the clothing. And what's on it? Little black dots where he had just got done cleaning himself. And the dirt fell all over my brand new clothes I just got.
All the other space on the couch, he had to sit on that.
Yes, he had to sit exactly on my stuff.
Well, you know, down the road, I am going to get one of those kitty towers, or one of those things that cats sit on. You know, like it's wrapped in carpet or something like that. Some type
You know
of
what
a
he'll
box.
do with it? He'll look at it.
Yeah, he'll look at it and climb and sit on top of your keyboard. That's what he'll do. Well,
I like the one day when you had your Nightmare Man all put together like you do with your Batman, but you had him torn down, you had your Nightmare Man there, and you had him all put together, and the cat was standing there and he was looking at it, and he was making weird noises at it, and the look on his face was like, what the fuck is that thing?
I should we should decorate him up, and maybe that'll be like a scarecrow to him and keep him away from shit.
Yeah, right.
Hey, guess what?
Guess what?
Later on in the show, we're going
what?
to give a friend of ours a call, and he's going to be on the show.
I know.
We have a very special guest, Nick Tyson, one of
Yes.
our friends, horror conventioners, and good friend, will be on the show later on. How about them apples?
Yeah.
Are you surprised?
No, I
Are
already
you-
knew it was going to happen. I mean, I knew it was going to happen before you knew it was going to happen.
I thought maybe you had forgotten all about it, and you was going to just end up getting surprised over it.
Nope. Can't surprise me.
Nope.
Well, I guess you can because you did it Days of the Dead, but...
The old wheels are cranking.
And you got me shoes for Christmas. Sparkly pink ones.
I'm going to tell you this right now. Christmas is over. I don't want to hear it. It's past.
But-
It's done. It's over with. Great.
But you did.
All right, get it out of your system now. Tell everybody what you got for Christmas. God, my
Sparkly
God.
shoes and boots.
Stick another knife in my back. Twist it.
I will. I'm going to bite you.
You got sparkly shoes.
Sparkly gold shoes.
Yeah, there's no place like home.
But guess
You
what?
click your heels. No place like the cemetery.
Guess what? When we get married, I'm going to have a pair that looks just like those ones, but they're sparkly pink.
No, good gravy.
Yeah.
Well, you know, yeah.
I like pink.
Speaking of that,
The wedding?
you know, with New Year's turn around, you know, New Year's, my grandson, little Bud, I can remember way back when New Year's, me and him, both of us together, when he just a little baby, we celebrated his very first New Year's Eve together. It was just me and him, and he was up, and I was changing his pants right before the ball dropped in New York City. And he's 3 now.
I know.
He is 3. Times are flying
And he
by
wants
there.
a boat.
And he wants a boat.
Papa's got to get him a
I will
boat.
get him a boat.
Because he likes your Jaws boat, but he ain't getting that one.
No, Well, if I see someone across on eBay or something like that, I just may get it. And he'll probably put down all of his cards and start trying to bring that into the tub. But yeah, it's like 3 years ago that.
Yep.
Yep, we celebrated New Year's Eve together. He was just a little tiny thing. Memories pressed between the pages. All right, no, I'm gonna sing anymore.
Okay, you're scaring me.
Let's recap some of the 2011 things that happened. They got Osama bin Laden.
Whoop-de shit.
The evil one, the actual horror monster. There's your monster right there. The one that started all this crap.
I don't do politics. I don't do war stuff. I don't do news.
You don't do Windows.
I don't do Windows. Actually, I don't do any of that kind of crap.
Well, it's a good. That's one of the important dates in the American history, just like it was when they found Hussein. These were people that actually bring horror and destruction onto the world. But they got bin Laden, and somebody else is going to step up to the plate and make our lives a living hell too.
Well, yeah.
They somewhere on this world there's a factory that on an assembly line they just make evil people. They pop them out one by one. And the world is safe.
So we did a lot of things this year. You proposed to me.
Days of the Dead premiered in July with a special surprise proposal that happened. That marks the history. It marks in the history book, doesn't it?
And what else did we do this year?
I don't know.
You don't know? What?
Got up to look for a job. And then I walked and hanged out in front of the drugstore. That's what I did know.
Which one are you, Jay or Silent Bob?
2000. One of the things I didn't really like about 2011 was the fact is my arm was messing me up, and I had to have surgery and all that.
You had surgery, and Scary Mary had surgery too. She had her tonsils out in 2011.
Yes, that is true. Yeah, that's. And I thought we shouldn't be talking about the good things that happen instead of the bad things.
Well, it is a good thing because you're all better now, and so is she.
No, that is true. Well, I guess the outcome did work out great. But
and she got to go to her first convention.
Yeah, that is true. She got to attend her very first convention in November.
Characters she made up.
Yeah, and then down the road, if.
And what else?
What? What else? I don't know.
Whoa.
Whoa.
All
well, I know 2011 happened was the premieres of our shows, A Nightmare Hour and A Deadly Dose of Diva.
You know what happened? What's today's the 6th, isn't it? Yesterday was the 1-year anniversary of my creation of Diva of the Dead. January 5th of 2011 it was when she was created.
Boy, hysterical. Hysterical.
That's
more like that.
Historical.
It's hysterical, more like historical.
You are hysterical.
Yeah, exactly.
What's wrong with you today? You're not right.
At the beginning of 2011, Damien, our cat, showed up, and if he doesn't straighten up, he's not going to last another year. Let's see. You have a list here.
I do have a list on my Facebook from January 1st.
Yeah.
That I wrote. And we started our own shows, like you said.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, and all that. And I surprised you with a surprise birthday party.
Yes, you did. I came home and there was a ton of people in my house. And a birthday cake with Diva's picture on it.
Yep, we had you.
My favorite picture, the New Year's.
That was the
picture shoot.
That was you turning 40. That was a big 4-0.
Shh! Nobody knows that unless you tell them.
Big 4-0. That's 4-0.
Stop it.
4-0.
I'm going to kill you.
Ow! Quit pinching me.
Well, shut up.
Gosh. But I'd say all in all, we had a very interesting 2011. Oh, I tell you what, and here's something I almost forgot that I want to touch base with.
Yeah.
The birds that fell out of the sky that year. and then the fish.
Mm-hmm.
Where was that at? Do you remember?
No.
I should have looked. No.
No.
Hey, tune into the Nightmare Hour where we're very informative when it comes to things. We've got everything. We've got our act together.
You got it.
Yeah, we know everything that's going on, and yet we don't know jack squat. Arkansas.
My boobie was falling out the bottom.
Will you
of my
stop?
God. I had to adjust.
It was Arkansas, wasn't it?
Sure, if it was Arkansas.
Sure, if you say so. Well, Nightmare Man, that's fine. I'm just gonna sit here and eat my eyes. But I think, well, I don't remember, but that was kind of freaky, and a lot of people were they're relating the travesty with the birds and the fish to signs that
signs of the end of the world
is coming in 2012, which is supposed to happen this December.
Mm-hmm.
December 22nd, I believe, isn't it? Because they have like like
somewhere around in there.
2202, the numbers.
Oh, 2? You mean 1-2?
1202. Who cares? The world is not going to come to an end. Yeah, I say that now, and then all of a sudden, 2012, they're at 1222 on 1222, the world will explode, and everybody say, "Huh, I told you so." But they're relating all that to pre-warning signs. So I'm just curious to see what's going to happen in 2012 as far as those things. Will it happen? Will all the prophecies and everything will come true? We just don't know. I guess there's only one way to find out, and that's when it happens.
You won't know until you know.
That's right. And now it's time for Diva's Movies Review. Actually, she hasn't reviewed this movie yet, but she's going to talk about it. We'll talk about it here in a little bit. What struck her fancy was that Robert Englund is in this movie, and I've never heard about it.
And the fact that it says zombies on it.
Yeah, Robert Englund and zombies. We got something in common with this movie.
Yeah, we do. We haven't seen it yet, but we was at the secondhand shop uptown, and I seen this movie. It is called Zombie Strippers.
Yeah, baby.
Jenna Jameson and Robert Englund.
Well, let's read a little bit about it on the back
and
of the cover there.
It says that the government lets out a deadly chemical virus causing reanimation of dead people, blah, blah, blah. We know that. And the first place that gets hit is a place called Rhinos. It's an underground strip club. And one of the strippers there gets the virus. And it proceeds from there, yeah.
And blah, blah, blah. I like how you explain it. And then zombies are coming, blah, blah, blah. And here comes the government, blah, blah, blah. And then they die, blah, blah, blah. The end of the movie.
On the front cover, the way Robert Englund looks, I think he's one of them that kills the zombies.
I've never heard of this movie called. What is it called? Zombie
Strippers.
Zombie Strippers. Well, gang, I guess we'll give you a review of it once we watch it. It
says it is outrageous, sexy fun.
Oh, sexy zombies. That's right up your alley. So when we get a chance to sleep through this, we'll let you know exactly what it is that our fair diva has bought.
Mm-hmm.
Zombie Strippers. Yummy.
Champagne room behind the scenes footage.
Wow.
Woohoo.
It's just something you just don't want to take your kids to see, right?
No, I don't believe so.
Howdy! 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 Howdy!
And now it's time for the howdies. A special howdy going out to Tika Marshall, our dear friend. Hope you're feeling well, my dear. Big howdy going out to Paula Shackelford. Oh boy, you got me on that one.
Peppers.
Yeah, Paula Shackelford peppers.
Say that 3 times fast.
I don't want to because it'll strain
You
my
can't
tongue.
say it the first time.
I can't even say it slow, for that matter. Big howdy going out to you. And a big howdy going out to Mimi Rupp.
Goodness gracious.
Sorry,
You're
Mimi, for
horrible.
messing your name up. I'm no good.
Oh,
Mimi Rupp. Did I get it right?
That's what it looks like to
That's
me.
right. That's one of our fans and friends from the horror convention. So, and yeah, I can't say anybody's name right. I would never.
Do you even know your name?
I think it's Fred. And a big
It is.
yeah, and a big howdy to DJ Trey that's out in Vegas right
That
now.
little pooper.
Yeah, drink it up, brother. Did you see the picture he posted?
Yes, I seen all of his pictures, the little cutie pie.
He's out there by I don't know where he was at. Outside somewhere, maybe at a bar or something like that. And he's sipping on a drink, and in the background, he sees mountains and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, I told him to savor those moments. Bring me back a souvenir or something when you come back. Or you could have took
Piece
us
of
with.
dirt off his shoe.
Or you could have took us with you. I would have enjoyed hanging out in Vegas for about a week or so.
He's only been there since, like, Tuesday. He left on Tuesday. And this is only Friday. He's only been there for a few days.
Oh, okay. Well,
Uh-huh.
I didn't know. I couldn't remember exactly how long he's been there.
He does a Monday show. Durr.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And he was all, oh, I'm leaving tomorrow.
Durr. Well, Miss Diva the calendar girl, she knows everything.
Pay attention when people say things to you.
Pay attention when I'm going to drop this anvil on your head.
And I thought I was the blonde. You're right, but
Oh, and a happy birthday going out to Norman Reedus from The Walking Dead.
And another Walking Dead birthday was a couple of days ago, Addie Miller.
Really?
Yep.
A lot of zombie birthdays.
Zombie birthdays this week.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow.
Zombies are
Clear
mean.
eyes. Sorry.
You and eyeballs. Don't touch me.
This eyeball is cool. It looks almost real.
You've been infatuated
You just
with
wait until I
eyeballs.
do what I'm going to do with this thing. And you're going to be like, what the hell?
Okay.
The eyeball.
It's sickening.
It looks like it's been ripped out of a face. Nerve tendons and shit on it still.
Yummy. Anything that you get in the mail, I haven't. This is
Brains in the mail, eyeballs in the mail. I'm waiting on my guts
boggles
though.
the mind.
And we're promised our special guest has arrived into the studio, even as we speak. It's a long distance call from Pennsylvania, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's right.
That's right. The Nightmare Hour is pleased to welcome a good friend of ours and fellow horror conventioner, Mr. Nick Tyson.
Yay.
Thank you for having me on the show, guys. It's
Not a problem, man.
quite an honor. First
Oh.
guest of the year. How about that?
You are the very first. Well,
Yes, he is.
Yeah, he is. Congratulations. You won a gold star for today.
Yippee.
How about that? Well, I tell you what, Nick, how was your New Year's? How was your Christmas, by the way?
Christmas was actually amazing. First, it was one of those Christmases where I pretty much got to wake up in time, watch my little sister open up her presents, and seeing the smile on her face was actually, especially what she's been through this entire year. But, yeah, it was actually a very nice Christmas. New Year's Eve, for that matter, pretty much stayed up and watched the Twilight Zone Marathon Sci-Fi Channel.
Yeah, somebody told me that was on, and I completely forgot about it. But we didn't really do much of anything since we
We was
canceled.
watching season 5 of Dexter.
Yeah, we was watching Dexter.
I missed season 6, and I am so mad that I missed it.
Go to Amazon and get it.
There you
Did
go.
it?
Yeah.
Did they have it on there for season 6?
It's on there, but you can pre-order it. It's not ready for order yet, but you can pre-order them though. I already did mine.
We've been Dexter happy around here, but that's what we watched on New Year's Eve because of the fact is that a lot of our party goers canceled, and we decided not to have the party. So what? We sat down and watched Dexter. Got inspired for my costume for Atlanta.
Oh, there you go.
Hey, Nick.
Yeah.
I put a question on my wall earlier today on Facebook. Yesterday was an anniversary for Diva. Do you know what it was?
Actually, I saw that a little while ago.
Oh, you read it. You cheated.
You shouldn't have said anything, Nick. You just said, "Hey, I knew that, man. Did I get a prize?"
Cheater, pumpkin eater.
Ask that question to anyone else who's listening on the YouTube. Does anyone else know? By any chance, anyone?
That is true. There's probably not a people. There wasn't a lot of people that knew where I got the Nightmare Man name from. I had several people saying, this and that, and it's just like you just had to pay attention because I had mentioned it in other shows.
And actually, the person that won it was someone that I didn't expect to win it. Even Carmi got the answer wrong. Shame.
Just goes to show you got to do your homework. But yeah, I didn't know the Twilight Zone was on until.
You're back to that.
Yeah, I'm back to the Twilight Zone.
You're random.
We're all in the Twilight Zone, Nick.
Actually, I just got into it. Actually, I saw a thing on YouTube on Christmas Day. That was one of the things I did on Christmas. There was an episode called what was it called? Can't think of it. Night of the Meek.
Oh yeah.
And that was actually that was a great episode, and that really got me tuned into it big time. And then all of a sudden on New Year's Day, I'm just pretty much sitting down and watching every episode that's coming on, and I just thought it was just well put together. Awesome. Better stuff than they put in Hollywood nowadays. Is all I can say.
You can't go wrong with classic Twilight Zone. I mean, I remember the days of going to my grandmother's house and like 11 o'clock after I was done running the streets with my friends, the old Twilight Zone would come on and I'd just sit there for 30 minutes and just get my fill of Rod Sterling. It was great. Oh
yeah, even the movie was amazing as well. John Lithgow, the Trinity Killer. I tell you what, that was actually one of my favorites in the movie. The recreation of the airplane.
Oh yeah, no problem. Oh yeah, that's cool. Oh yeah, with William Shatner. There's a monster on the wing.
Oh goodness.
So what's 2012 is here, Nick. What is your plans for this year? Do you have any resolutions, any thoughts, any things to that nature that you're going to be diving
Stop hanging around freaks like you.
Oh no, we don't want to stop.
Believe me, all freaks are good friends of mine. It seems like anymore. I'm friends with Diva. Hey,
here we go.
I'm kidding. You're awesome too. You know what?
Note to self: remove Nick from
I honestly haven't made
list.
any resolutions. I've made plans for resolutions, but every time it seems like I make one, but it doesn't seem to follow through as much as I hope to. But I will try and make this one resolution. I can't make it a promise, but I'll try and see what I can do. And that is because you guys didn't have your New Year's party. And Diva was actually mentioning that you guys would love to have me up there.
Oh yeah.
So I'm thinking I might put some money aside and maybe make a trip up to Ohio, Kenton, Ohio.
Yay.
And who knows? Maybe I might see you guys up there.
Hey man, I'll tell you what.
Do it.
Let us know ahead of time. We'll put on a chicken.
And I'll make it 4 days of the dead as well, so it's even more better.
There you go.
Even more better. I like his wording.
There you go.
More better.
Yeah, well, that's not going to be the end of our parties. Down the road, we're going to plan on something. Usually, our summertime works pretty good for us, and we like to grill out and have barbecues and all that stuff. And
that's cool.
And we might get a wild hair up our keisters and just say, hey, we're going to have a big shindig here. Everybody come out. We'll ice up some beer and throw some horseshoes and stuff like that. And man, you're more than welcome to come.
Absolutely.
We usually have a pretty good Halloween party.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
sometimes we have to do that. The Halloween parties we usually have to host them after the trail because we're mostly busy doing haunted trail stuff. But the last one we had was pretty
down
good.
here. It really did with all the freaking snow that came in last second.
Snow?
Yeah, it actually snowed down here. It was it was actually the last week of October, and we were setting up doing the Cornwalk of Horror. And we're like, it's gonna snow. I'm like, bullshit. It ain't gonna snow. They do that shit all the time. When I wake up the next morning, 3-4 inches of snow, and I'm like, you have got to be fucking kidding me?
You believe that? You know, prior to me working at the Haunted Trail, back in, I think it was like 90 something, I can't remember what they said, was that the folks out there at the trail remember that it snowed out there one time. So, you know, all the monsters are bundling up in their coats and whatever, and
yeah, but this past season at the trail, we didn't work like half of the time because we got rained out so many times.
Yeah, that's the only thing.
That's what happened down my way too. It rained out, and then to add insult to injury, it snows.
Yeah.
So, no Cornwall.
You got those problems with outside attractions.
But you got our weather right here in Kenton, Ohio right now. Today was 50 degrees. Now, why couldn't that type of weather, you know, and the sun was shining, so why couldn't that type of weather been in October and we would have switched it around a little bit?
Exactly.
I mean, you can't deal with, you don't know what's going to happen 1 minute. But you gotta expect that when you're doing outdoor haunted attractions, you have to take that in consideration, the weather, because the weather will beat you to death as far as things go. And when you think that you're going to make a good profit that night, and you know, middle of the Halloween season, it rains and nobody shows. It's the luck of the draw, I guess.
I'm just glad that I'm in an inside part of it, so I don't have to stand out in the rain.
Yeah, that's true. For some, you know, outdoor attractions, some people set in little huts and whatever. What do you when it rains where you're at? What do you do when you're out there at the haunted attraction?
Get wet.
Get wet. I just stand there and get wet.
No, it actually really depends because what kind of attraction do you guys do? Are you actually out in the field or in the corn maze, or?
Well, what it is basically it's the boss's backyard. It's part of it's an open area, and then about half of it you go into a wooded area.
Yeah, my section's wooded. There's a cemetery in the woods.
But there's structures and whatnot that people can get out of the rain. Is like with me, I for the past 3 years I sat in an old ticket booth, and some people had old trucks sitting in, and with Diva she had her mausoleum, but it's just, you know, places that you can just get out of the rain out of, you know.
Nice. But my attraction is basically, like I said, it's a giant it's a cornfield is what it is. And basically, my little scene, for that matter, is, of course, a clown, which is suited for Lester, which I'll get into later. And basically, like I said, once it rains, depending on the rain, if it gets swampy out there, they're gonna call it a night and
right.
Go out there. Either that, or if it doesn't rain as bad, they're gonna go out there and put sawdust or bales of hay out there so people don't slip or fall.
Yeah, that's what we've done out there many times. Like at the end of the trail is where, when it rains, it really
turns into a swamp.
It really gets a swamp in that specific area. So there was times when we were out there like at 11 o'clock in the morning throwing hay down just to get it down there. So, you know, somewhat before 8 o'clock rolled around that night, that the people wouldn't have that much to worry about as far as that goes. But exactly. I bet where you get in that cornfield getting muddy too, right? I mean, just
slip slide.
Yeah, that's exactly that's what we go through out there. Yep. But you know, it's just like I said, that's the perils of outdoor attractions. I told the boss lady, I said, you know, I'm a veteran out there. I said I get shelter no matter what. I'm not standing out in the rain. I did my bit for King and Country.
You're just spoiled. That's all there is to it. Who are you fooling?
Look,
you're not fooling nobody.
Nick, the very first year I worked the trail, I got wet, and the only thing that I had to sit in was this tiny little outhouse looking thing that leaked. So I paid my dues, and now I want to sit in the next year. I want to sit in a limousine when I'm getting ready to scare. That's what I want.
A limousine just comes out of nowhere. You just pop out from the back.
That's right.
Prime time.
Freddy's a pimpin'.
Jeez.
So Nick, tell us about. So I've ranted on enough on the show about characters. Now it's time to talk about a different type of character. Talk to us about Lester Jenkins.
Oh, geez, Lester Jenkins. Well, Lester is my own character. I created back in, I want to say it was late 2008, 2009. 2009 is when my character debuted it. Only because in 2008 the key elements to that costume were actually for another character. That character being Michael Myers, who I played beforehand. The clown mask that I had, which would later become Lester, was supposed to be the clown mask he wore as a kid, which I would switch masks out periodically. I'd switch between the clown mask, the pumpkin mask, and then the Halloween Rob Zombie mask. And that's a little trivial fact. But then the later after the season, I was going through some pictures with the clown mask and one of the wigs I got, and I figured to myself, this could be a character that I could go with. So the next year, I retired the Michael mask and the jumpsuit, put my own little gear together, and Lester was born.
Awesome.
Got a lot of good screams, a lot of good fights from the character. This past season, what I did was his typical prop, if you will, would be a machete. But since I've been running low on money with props here and there, and plus what I had put in the scene, I worked with what I got. And what I had at the time this past season was a Freddy Krueger glove. Cool. And one of the things I did with the glove, and I had in my scene, happened to be a pole. And one of the songs on my soundtrack happened to be "Tiptoe Through the Tulips," which happened to be from Insidious. If anyone hasn't known that yet, if they haven't seen the movie, in case I spoiled it. And the one scare, and I love it to this day. I'll keep talking about it. The song played. And there was a group of girls coming through the corn maze, coming into my scene. And what happened was the song started playing, "Tiptoe through the tulips," and I'm screeching with the claw up and down. And the next thing I heard, oh my God, the one girl just flipped out.
That would, if I would have seen something like that coming at me, I would have flipped out too.
She was screaming and crying, and she didn't even see me. I had to up behind the wall with the pole, just screeching up and down, and she wouldn't go through. It took her almost 2 minutes for her to almost come through when the fog cleared. There was a dummy clown in my scene. Them thinking it was an actor.
Right.
There's contrast to it. I'm slowly sneaking up behind them with the claw. And I just pop up right behind them just in a whisper, looking for me, and they just turn around, knocking the dummy over. The dummy's head falls off. One girl's going the one way, the one girl's going the other way, the one girl's going through the corn maze. I'm like, oh shit, they're everywhere. Now at this point, I have to group them.
Doesn't that give you a good feeling that you've done your job when these people go ape crazy when they see you?
Well,
it's amazing. Actually, this past year, someone made a review of it on our attraction on the on YouTube. I have to share that with you guys.
Yeah.
I wasn't mentioned that much, but there's a little hint of me. There was a hit where the guy says this was the first attraction he heard the Killer Clowns from Outer Space score. And that scene was my scene.
Cool. That is awesome. Yeah. Well, they came out this year. I can't remember who was it again, Diva. That they did the ratings.
Haunt Enthusiast.
Yeah, hauntenthusiast.com. They came out and they did a once over for us. And
did you ever get the review of that rating?
I don't believe we ever did get the review.
We'll have to ask about it. But you know what, Nick? I made a grown man pee his pants this time.
Congratulations.
I know, right?
She gets a gold star, too.
But listen. Well, with what I do, I'm in the mausoleum, and I'm inside of a wall. And when it gets to a certain point where I can see where the people are going to be, like, right there in the right spot, I have my leg over the edge of the wall. And when they get to a certain point, I literally jump out of the wall and scream at them. And
nice.
This guy jumped and turned and backed up and screamed all at the same time. And he almost knocked over a prop that was in the room. But as he was leaving, the lady that was with him, she's teasing him about what happened. And he told her that he peed his pants. It was funny.
There should be scorecards for our part, and some guy peeing her pants has to be that top score.
It has to be.
Yeah.
Little total card and just tally the votes up by and who gets the prize by the end of the night.
Well, right. Last year, Scary Mary and I, she was following. She wears a creepy outfit and she follows people through the cemetery. up to the mausoleum. Well, there was these two girls that were together, and they were literally freaked out by the time they got to where I was at. And so when they came in, they was sitting at the side of the wall inside of there, and they wouldn't move. They were just standing there, scared to death. And me and Mary were just sitting there making creepy faces at them because we had the scary eyes and stuff in, and we were creeping them out. And the girls started crying. And then there was another girl. Her name was Melissa, and as she was leaving, she was down on the ground outside the mausoleum. They had to pick her up and take her on because she was so scared she couldn't go anywhere.
We actually have something at our attraction. It's called the Chicken Door. And what that's the purpose of that is that it's halfway through our attraction. If people want to go out through this chicken door, they can leave, but they don't get their money back.
Yeah.
But they have that choice to go on, and you'd be surprised how many people take that chicken door.
Yeah, ours is right in the center, too, of the attraction, and a lot of people turns around there, too.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
But you know, the haunted attraction is what is it like now, $10 a head?
I think.
But you know, you get 20, 30, 40-year-old people that, you know, pay their money. They know what they're getting into. You know, they're not paying $10 to go see Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck out there. They know what's out there. But as soon as they get past, you know, the first thing, they chicken out, and they turn around, and I just can't understand, you know, why they do it. I mean, I guess maybe they think that they're brave in the beginning, but
yeah, but you know what?
You know, it's
this
just,
year,
they don't work
this
out.
year, Nick, twice during this season, we had people come out and get tickets, and they chickened out before they even started because they heard all the people screaming. They were scared.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
That's awesome when they chicken out before they've even seen anything.
No. So how big is how big is your cornfield that you work in?
I can't even think of a good estimate, but
But like maybe 3-4 acres, 5?
at least.
How long does it take to get through it?
Oh, a while. It took me a while my first trying to get through it, only because of the swampiness. But I would say tops to get through it all, and depending on how fast you're going, between 15 minutes to 20 minutes to walk through the whole thing.
Yeah, that's basically about a good time frame for the trail.
Yep, that's
so
about
yeah,
what ours is.
You're probably looking at maybe 6 acres. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not much on acres, but
me neither, friend.
But
me
yeah,
neither.
Yeah, but you know, I timed it one time. You know, just a steady walk without, you know, stopping for this and that, and it was like a little over 20-minute walk for the trail for us. So, but you know, you get a good workout also when people are jumping out behind you, trees and shit. Then your 20-minute walk seems to be like a maybe 10-minute run.
Oh, absolutely.
So what's so the name of the cornfield is
the Corn Walk of Horror.
Okay, and that is in
Warrenton, Pennsylvania.
Is there websites and stuff? Do you guys have websites?
They do have a website. I would try Googling it, Windy Brook Farm.
Okay.
Windy Brook Farm in Pennsylvania, and that should bring you to, I think it's the first link. Let me type it up here. Oh, yeah. Well, how about that? Yes, WindingBrookFarm.com.
There you go.
And if you guys want to check out my character, Lester Jenkins, you're more than welcome to do so. All you have to do is just type in the name on Facebook. He's not hard to miss. He's the only Lester Jenkins with a clown mask on.
Yeah, and he ain't Ronald McDonald either.
Hell no.
Hell no. So when, let's see, Atlanta, you're not going to be able to attend the convention there, but you will be for July for Days of the Dead.
Absolutely. I wouldn't miss it for the world, friend.
You can't miss it because you're in a wedding, pal.
Hell no, I'm not going to miss it.
Can't
especially
miss it.
For that detail alone.
Because if you're not there, I will have my demons hunt you down and drag you from your warm bed.
So are we hunting down?
Throw you into a Freddy Krueger sweater and stick. I told him, Nick, that if he doesn't show up for July, I'm gonna have my demons come and hunt him.
He has to show up. He's in the wedding.
I thought you were going to go all Liam Neeson on me from Taken.
there you go.
I love that movie.
And I will scare you.
There you go. But yeah,
He's a man on a mission in that movie.
we're planning for everything, and we can't wait to see you again, Nick. And like I said, when you get a chance this year, we'll plan something out that you can come down and spend a weekend with us, and we'll just talk horror and Halloween and anything else that comes to mind, brother.
Oh my God, anything, man.
We're random,
Yeah, we will have a blast. And then you get the opportunity to spend a weekend with Diva of the Dead. All right, gee, ain't you lucky?
Oh wow.
I should give me a dirty look back here. But yeah, man, it's 2012 for all our horror fans and friends, man. I see nothing but the best for everybody, and that includes you, Nick. And for those of you that don't know it, Nick has helped me out with advertising and promoting of the show. If you can, every now and then on Facebook, you'll see these little advertisements for the Nightmare Hour or Deadly Dose of Diva. That's Nick doing our promoting for him. He really does a great job helping us out, and we really do appreciate his work. His video works is great as well. I can't remember that was a premiere video that you did for the premiere of the show. Yeah, okay. I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to recap the wheels in my head here. But
if you want to know a little trivial fact, the song that plays in that little bit, that's actually from Alice Cooper from his new album.
Really?
And the title of that song, The Nightmare Returns.
Awesome. That is
so
awesome.
It was very fitting for the video to be titled that.
I like I can't remember the name of the group offhand, but it's called Nightmare. The song is called Nightmare.
Avenged Sevenfold.
Avenged Sevenfold. You see, I couldn't remember the name.
I was listening to that song earlier today, and I was just rocking out to it at work.
That is my theme song. I love that song. I love that song. And Diva attempted to try to get me some CDs, but the CD did not have that song on there, so we're going to have to try to find it some other way. But yeah, that's my theme song. I love that song. That's a good one. Hi, Diva. You're back?
Yeah, I'm in the middle of cooking dinner.
Yeah, so she's bubbling and bouncing around, isn't that? What are we having for dinner tonight, Diva?
Spaghetti with mushrooms and hamburger.
Oh, don't lie to Nick. I know what's in the oven. There's hands and brains and stuff like that.
And Scary Mary's making her potatoes that I love so much.
Scary Mary says hi, by the way, Nick.
Hi, Scary Mary.
She's back there peeling potatoes.
She's peeling taters.
She's back there peeling taters, man. We all pitch in. But yeah, man, we can't wait to see you. We're going to be planning some things in the near future, and when we get done planning those, we're going to plan some more because we are going to go full force in the Halloween and horror industry as far as this goes, and we're really going to have you be a part, brother, because you are the man. You are the man.
Absolutely. Monsters Among Us, man. I guarantee you that's going to be one of the bigger things of Days of the Dead.
Oh, we not only that, Diva and I, but we've been in contact with the other monsters, and they're all psyched. So when Atlanta hits, we're gonna get both barrels with them. Yeah, we're really gonna do it up.
So Days of the Dead July, you're gonna be there. Are you going to other conventions this year?
You know what? I've been thinking about that myself. That was actually gonna be one of my other resolutions. A friend of mine said they hoped I could go to more conventions, but truth be told, Days of the Dead last year was my first convention, but here's the funny thing. On the same weekend of Days of the Dead for Atlanta, there was another convention in Cherry Hill. Now, I've been debating whether to go to this one or not because one of the main people going to be there, I don't know if you guys met him yet, Robert Englund.
No.
What? Where?
Oh, my.
At Cherry Hill. And
no, we have not met him.
I know. So it's pretty much a catch-22, whether you feel bad about not going to Atlanta or going to Atlanta or missing out Robert Englund. Either or. It's just so conflicting. It
is. I mean,
it's like, what do you do?
You're pulled.
Who else do they have down there? They had Robert Englund. They just confirmed the girl from the Blair Witch Project. She's going to be there.
Oh,
awesome.
Some Walking Dead people. They have the kid who plays Carl, Michael Rooker. And just recently added was Sophia.
Cool.
Oh.
I believe that Days of the Dead here in Atlanta, we popped on the website one day and noticed that Heather Landingcamp's not on there now. So I haven't talked to Adolfo or any of the other heads. Maybe she might have canceled due to something else, but
she was actually going for another convention. She actually canceled out for, sadly enough.
You know, she must have come up with something. Something must have came up with her.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
But fortunately enough, they added Mark Patton once again to Atlanta.
Oh, is he really?
Yeah, Mark Patton's there. I was going to shoot for an interview with Heather Landingcamp during a little break from Monsters Among Us, but then I'll just go ahead and see if we can grab Mark Patton and some others to take her place. But yeah, it is kind of.
It would be awesome if Robert Englund could come to July.
Yeah,
that would be badass.
Wink, wink.
Yeah,
I know,
exactly.
wink, wink.
Get a little Christmas wishing going on here.
and please, Danielle Harris. I miss
she is so sweet.
Yeah, we met Danielle Harris.
Oh yeah, she's very nice.
When was that?
We met her in Indianapolis at Horror Hound last year.
Yeah, you can't get a more nicer little lady.
She was there
than her.
with it was
great.
Danielle Harris, Sasha Jenkins, Kathleen Kinmont, and there was another one.
Yeah, just a few cast members from Halloween 4 that was there.
That's awesome. She seems like a sweetheart for that matter. I mean, I've seen a few things with her on YouTube, talking to fans, and she seems like a very down-to-earth individual.
Kathleen Kinmont is a goofball. I had this jumpsuit that I'm getting people from Halloween to sign it, and she says, "Do you mind if I sign right here?" And she's gonna sign the crotch of the jumpsuit. She says, "I'm gonna put a heart right here." So she put a heart on my jumpsuit.
Nice.
If I had my pick of two ladies from the Halloween movies to party with, I would pick PJ Souls and Kathleen Kinmont.
PJ Souls is sweet too.
Those two people have such a glow to them, just a wonderful feeling to be around them. They're so fun to hang around with. I mean, we've talked before about running into bad karma with other celebrities, and I'm not going to mention any names. Linda Blair.
Believe me, I've had my share of dealing with individuals myself, and the fact of the matter is, they're not even remotely based with conventions. And like I said, as far as you say, I'm not even going to mention this individual's name, but all I can say is that he's nothing more than a prima donna for that matter, and whatever recognition he's getting, he honestly don't really deserve it for that matter. And
it's monotonous how these celebrities get to where they're at as far as being grouchy and crotchety and all that, and I guess they just don't really give a crap either way on how the fans would feel after their first encounter with them.
Exactly.
They need to realize that we are paying our bills.
Yeah, it's monotonous, and as like I said before, if I ever get to that status to where I'm people look on websites and say, hey, the Nightmare Man's going to be there, we want to go see him, and lines and lines and stuff. If I ever act that way to the fans, I want somebody to just take me out of the right and air and put a bullet in my brain and throw me in the ditch, because there's no way in hell I want to.
We remember where we came from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. What is it? So what was your what's your good and bad experiences with the horror movie stars?
With the horror stars?
Yeah.
You know what? Like I said, I never really had one yet. The only individual, and I'm not going to mention the individual's name. It's just that this one person in particular, he's just very egotistical. I mean, he's done great films, fan films for that matter, but it seems like he just doesn't really give a crap about what the fans have to say. Mm-hmm. Whether obstructive criticism, I mean, here's what I will say right now. If you're obstructive criticism of the guy, he'll say something really snippy and remarks right back, and then he'll just block you immediately from YouTube or Facebook. And in my opinion, that's probably the most unprofessional thing to really do for that matter. I mean, I'm sure you guys received your taste of criticism, and yet,
Yeah.
but like I said, this guy is just he belittles his fans at times, and I'm surprised no one's really called him out on it in public. And
well, one day, one night, somebody will, won't take any shit, and they'll just, unleash on him.
Well, some people have said that kind of stuff about Savini, but I had a good experience with Savini.
I guess it's hit or miss with some people, I guess.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
What are you going to do? It's just one of those things that happens, and...
Yeah, most definitely. Well, I tell you what, Nick, we're going to give it all, like I said, we're going to give it both barrels this year, and we are very excited for you to be a part of it.
Absolutely.
And we're like I said, we're very pleased for you to help us out doing our thing via networking and stuff like that. And, 2012 is, we thought we rocked in 2011, but we're going to do it in 2012. Just
bring it on.
Bring it on.
Part like it's the last year ever.
Yeah.
Because you know what's going to happen at the end of the year, of course, right?
Yeah, we're all going to explode. That's the end.
I've got some new gore ideas I got working on.
Yeah. But yeah, when you get to July and when you stand up there amongst the rogue gallery of groomsmen, you have to have your Lester Jenkins mask on.
Oh, he's coming with me. He is coming with.
But you gotta wear your sweater though, your traditional Freddy sweater. But you gotta have that mask.
Oh, the Freddy sweater and the Lester mask.
He's not gonna have the mask on in the wedding.
Yeah, he is.
No, he isn't. Nobody's wearing a mask in the wedding except for you.
I want him to wear a mask.
Dear,
I want him to wear it.
Nick, he don't get a say in it. I've already got it all planned out.
You see what I live with, Nick? You see this?
You chose it.
And I'm marrying her?
You put a ring on it.
Think of it this way. There's a bridezilla, but then there's also a zombie. Which is worse?
I'd rather hang out with the bridezilla. All right, Nick. Okay, after the wedding, you can wear the mask.
He can wear the
wedding.
He can wear the mask anytime except for at the specific the event.
Okay. Did you hear that, Nick? Did you get your orders?
You're the only one that's going to have a mask on.
All right.
Good goobly goo. Well, I tell you what, Nick, I think we're going to take off here, brother.
Dinner's almost ready.
and call this a show. And if any of you, do you have anything that you want to plug before we get on out of here?
Other than that, check me on Facebook, guys. There are 2 profiles to choose from. There is myself at the moment. I have a picture of Jack Skellington as my profile pic for right now, but you can also find me on either Diva or Nightmare Man's Facebook. Right. I'm normally posting something up on there every once in a while with Batman, Dexter, or something related to YouTube videos. Or you can find me as Lester Jenkins. And like I said, it's easy. Lester Jenkins, the only guy wearing the clown mask.
Awesome. And I take it you had a chance to check out Scary Mary's fan page.
I did. And I've actually promoted Scary Mary's fan page as Lester, I believe.
There you go. Yeah, she's an up and comer. She's going to follow in our footsteps, and good Lord knows.
Pass on the legacy, brother. Pass it on.
Yep, that's right. You gotta raise them right. You don't want to take them to church and learn the golden rule and stuff. You want to talk about death and destruction and evil and all that other stuff.
For the people that want to say something. For the people that wants to find Scary Mary's fan page, the A's in Scary Mary are @ symbols.
Yeah, the little A's with the circles around. Ain't that lovely?
That's @ symbol.
That's lovely.
I bite.
Awesome. And she buys. Well, I tell you what, I think we're going to wrap it up here for this session of the Nightmare Hour. I've been your host, the Nightmare Man, along with Diva the Dead and our special guest, Nick Tyson. And Nick, I'm gonna let you take us out, brother.
All right, guys. Keep on slashing.
Keep on slashing. Oh, come on, you can do better than that.
All right, kiddies. Until next time, keep on slashing.
There you go. We'll see you again.